Hello, family and friends of Seward United Methodist. It's Reverend Mary Kay. It's Wednesday, time for midweek devotions. Oh, there's so much on my mind this week. I am so grateful for Sunday's church conference. What an amazing turnout. More than 100 people, either in person or on Zoom, showing up to consider whether to enter the design phase for a building project, and the vote was overwhelmingly yes. So thanks be. Thanks be. I'm incredibly grateful. Thank you. Thank you for grabbing hold of this vision. Thank you for opening the door to new possibilities. Now, there's still lots of work to do, but I'm eager to see what will unfold. And Monday and Tuesday, I took the days off because yesterday was the 1-year anniversary of my mom's death. And I had felt grief hovering for a while, and I had felt the sadness of that grief, and I just needed some time to process it. Everyone grieves differently in their own way. And it was a sad couple of days, but I'm glad I took the time, and I'm feeling better. And what the time allowed me to do was to go back in time in my memories to when Mom was at her best. She died from Alzheimer's. So all those very hard and difficult memories of her most recent time, I needed to find a place to deal with them, but then set them aside to remember Mom at her best. And with the help of some of my dad's wonderful photos, I was able to do that. And what this time has reminded me of is something I have come to believe is very true, that life cannot be neatly compartmentalized into good times and bad times, happy times and sad times, but rather, most often, life is a braid of the happy and the sorrowful, the joyful and the difficult, all at once. And the amazing thing is that we have the capacity to hold both. So, yes, I am grateful and I celebrate the church conference on Sunday, and I'm a little sad as I remember Mom. The same thing happened a year ago. Steve and I had just announced our engagement, and then we got word of Mom approaching death, being near death. So doing her funeral and planning a wedding at one and the same time. It was the capacity to hold both. Years ago, I was talking to a friend, and I just came out with this saying that I have remembered. You may quote it, just give me credit. Life is bittersweet, but so too is the best chocolate. Life is rich and complex. It is dark and it is sweet. It is wondrous and it is sad. Maybe that's why one of my favorite passages of Scripture, which I will turn to time and again, almost have it memorized, but not quite, is Ecclesiastes 3, the first 8 verses. For everything there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up what is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to seek and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to tear and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. time to celebrate a wonderful church conference, a time to cry a little in memory of Mom, a time to rejoice in the wonders of this congregation, a time to be challenged to come together for a big project. And all these often happen at one and the same time. And we have the capacity to hold it all and deal with it. So here's hoping that you have a good week. Here's hoping that you know moments of joy as well as moments that might be more difficult. Here's hoping that you're able to manage and handle all of it, and that you remember life is bittersweet, and so too is the best chocolate. Blessings.